Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of our DIY mini album from all Dollar Tree products. I hope that you have enjoyed it up until now. We've done the outside and we've worked on page 1 and 2. We are now on page 3 and 4, and hopefully we will get this project done by the end of this video. So let's get right into it. Okay, so this is our 4th page. This is 3 and 4, okay? So I don't want to glue this down, remember, because we're going to have our binding system right here. So this is what I want to do. I want to glue this down and have this as a flip out, have a whole page here, a whole page here, and then whatever here. Let's think of something neat to do. We could do a gatefold right here. Those are fun. We could use, let's see, trying to be creative and use pieces of the bags that I got. These are the structural support for the bottom of the bag. I've just taken those out. I have 3 of them, remember, because I have 3 bags. So however many bags that you have is how many of these structural support pieces that you have. I know I have 3 of them. And I just don't, oh, here's the other one. Okay. These are my 3 like bottoms of the bags that I bought. So I'm wondering, I could do, so like I was saying, I could do a gatefold door, which just means that you put 2 pieces like this and they both open out like a gate. Those are kind of fun. So let's measure this piece. Okay, now that I'm editing, this all makes sense. So when I made the bifold or the gatefold doors, I put them on the back of this page instead of that flip out, and that's why they come out short in the end. You'll see when I put it all together, they don't measure up, and this is why, because I didn't put them on this page. This top piece is about 5.5 inches. It's just slightly under 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches divided by 2 is going to be 2 3/4. So we want 2 pieces, 2 3/4 by 9 inches. Well, if we're going to have them open up, we're going to need a little bit of the paper here to glue down. So we want it 2 3/4, and then we want about 1/2 inch to be able to score and fold under to glue down here, and I'll show you what I'm saying. So 2 3/4 plus 1/2 inch is going to be 3 1/4. So now we need 3 1/4 by 9 inches. So let's see. This can be 3 1/4. And this can be 3 1/4. Now these don't look anything alike. Let me see this other piece here. Where was that other piece? I want to try to find 2. Now these are the same shade. See this? This is really, I don't know if, yeah, the camera's picking it up. This is just a different shade of white. And I want them to at least be the same, because even if I cover them up with decorative paper, you're still going to get like that hue underneath, and I want to make sure they're the same like hue underneath. So, all right, 3 1/4 by 9. Let's do it. And I might be able to just use one of these. I don't know. Let me cut and see. 3 1/4 by 9. So now that I cut them down to size, I'm just going to go 1/2 inch in on one side and score, and that's going to give me that 1/2 inch to glue down to make them open like gates. So I think what I want to do with this is I want to cover it in wrapping paper because it's gonna, you can see this dark spot right here. So we're gonna cover that in wrapping paper, I think. Okay, so once I get done gluing this, I'm just going to put it off to the side. I don't want to try to cut the wrapping paper while the glue's still wet because the wrapping paper is so thin that I noticed when I try to cut like around the edges that it'll tear because it's so thin and I'm using wet glue. Let it dry. So I wrote down the measurements for the mats on these pages right here. Sometimes I don't give you the measurements for the mats, and I apologize. Sometimes when I get crafting, I forget that I'm doing a video, honestly. I'm really sorry if that doesn't make sense to you because my job is literally to record the video. But when I get involved in crafting, my brain just gets all like, ooh, what can I do? And how can I match this up? And I'm really sorry. I get beside myself. So for a lot of these measurements, I don't give them to you. I just like get into it and do it. And so I'm really sorry. If I catch while I'm editing that I don't give you a measurement, I promise I'll give it to you. But again, I just, when I get in the crafting mode, sometimes I forget that I'm doing a video. It's crazy. I apologize. Okay, so we've made page 3, the base of page 3. Right here, we're going to come back and decorate it. I still need to cut out something to go on here. And then when you flip it, remember our binding system's going to go here, so we're not gluing it together yet. But eventually it will be glued together. So when you turn it, here's page 4, and we have a little flip out here. Isn't that beautiful? And then we'll come back and, you know, decorate some of that. So let's move on to page 5 and 6. I've already covered this in some just regular paper from the sketch pad. And let me fold this over here. This is our base page. Of page 5. We're going to put it in like this. Instead of the envelope facing 5, we're going to have the envelope facing this way. Okay? So I think I'm just going to leave this page blank for right now, and we'll come back and decorate it when we decorate the book. I leave my decorating for the end. Now, as far as putting, you know, mats on the pages, I do that beforehand. Maybe I should have clarified that. I mat the pages beforehand, but I don't embellish until the book is put together. Maybe I should have said it that way. So let me get a piece of poster board that's going to sit right here, because remember, we need something to sandwich together for our binding system. So let me get a piece of poster board that's going to go on here. So as I was going to cut a piece of poster board, I realized that I'm running, you know, low on it. So I went ahead and decided I'm cutting off the back of this sketch pad here, because I'm going to use some of this nice thick cardboard right here to reinforce our pages. So let me cut that. Okay. So we're just gonna, this looks like it's right about the right size. It is. It's right the right size. Yay. So all I have to do is cut a piece that goes right along here. So this is going to be the binding system. So we're going to cover, this is going to get glued to this eventually when we put it into the book. So that's perfect. We are going to use this. See, I go and tell you that I don't do embellishing, and I wait until the very end. Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm embellishing this page. I'm telling you, I don't even, I lose all track of what I'm doing when I'm crafting. So I try to do step by step because I know that is like the most time efficient way to do a craft. But when I'm crafting, I just get like so excited. I'm like, oh, this page, it'll look so cute with, this pink strip of paper going up the side of it. And I get carried away. And that's what happened here. And then I'm like, oh, I could add a pocket here. And so yes, I'm embellishing this page, even though I told you we were going to wait until the very end. But I got control again, and I went on to the next page. Seven, 8. Page 7, or actually we'll do page 7, page 8. All right, so I already glued on this. I went over that with you, remember? We measured it out. Oh, this one doesn't have a tuck spot. I just went ahead and put a thing here. So it is, remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches high. these envelopes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches wide. So the envelopes are 9 by 6. You cut your paper how to fit it. And since I've already gone through all the measurements with you, I'm going to put this in fast forward. And if I do a new style of flip out or something of that nature, I'll come back with you. But other than that, I'm just going to start decorating this. Okay, so I want to do 2 pockets on here, like 2 library pockets, and then tags inside of them. And the tags can be matted with photos, whatever. It's just that I want to do a little something different on here. So I suggest we lay down a base here and then do the pockets. So since we have so much wrapping paper, let's go ahead and lay down the wrapping paper as a base. And then we'll use some of our poster board to make the library pockets. All right, so listen, I just came up with something in the middle of this project, which is why I should probably be a smart YouTuber and put my thoughts together before the project. I'm not going to, I'm gonna do it in the middle because you're on this ride with me. Buckle up. Okay, so remember how I said we were gonna do the binding system where we were gonna take this and then we were gonna take another piece of cardboard and this was going to be page 1 and we were going to glue it together like this. This was going to be page 1, right? And then we were going to go in and do page 2, whatever. That's still a great idea and we're still going to do that for the first couple pages that we have. But do you know what else we could do? I just thought about this. I don't know why I didn't just think about this just now. It's going to blow your mind. Ready? So this is page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is page 5. Watch. I am going to take just the edge of this envelope and I'm going to cut it off. I am going to cut off the edge of the envelope. I don't know if I cut it off enough. Just the edge. Look, I didn't cut it off enough, so I'm just gonna go in like that. And I'm just gonna cut down the side because I didn't get the edge off enough. Oh, it didn't come off enough. So let me just grab it, let me just get the other edge. All right. All right, we just cut off the tiniest bit off the edge. So see what we did here? We opened up the edge of the envelope, see that? And even though this is open right here, here's what we're gonna do. Mind blown. We're gonna glue it on like this. Look at that. We're gonna glue each page. And my camera cut out without me realizing it. So, all I was explaining is that you don't have to do the cardboard on the back of the envelope. You can just cut a slit down the side of the envelope, and I'll show you at the very end how to slide the envelope onto the binding system, and there you go. It's a page in itself. So I went ahead and made these library pockets, And all I did was I cut a piece of paper or a piece of cardstock 3 3/4 inch by 4 1/2. And then I scored each side, or I'm sorry, 3 sides, 1/2 inch, folded them in, and then I just went in and miter cut the sides just a tad. And I'm going to show you how I do it right here. I decided it was time to get out that paint and put that to use. So I went ahead and got some of that pink paint, and I wanted to paint the flap of the envelope, and I think it turned out a really pretty color, even though I thought that orange was going to show through more and make it like a yucky color, but it turned out a really pretty pink. So there's just a lot of decorating going on in these next few minutes of the clip here, and so I'm just putting it to music and fast forwarding it. If there's any questions about anything I'm doing, please make sure and ask me, but it's just a lot of repetitive flip outs and just covering up pages and painting, things like that. So if you want to watch it, you're more than welcome to just sit back and relax and enjoy watching me decorate this. If you want to fast forward through this and get to the part where I am putting the actual book together, I will go ahead and try to make notations in the description box below where that time starts for me to put the book together. I hope that makes sense. I decided I wanted to do a flip out on this page, but I didn't want to do a whole page flip out. I just wanted to do like a little tiny corner flip out. So I just did a little 3x4 in the bottom of the corner there, and I used one of the hinges, or I used one of the corners of the box as a hinge. So I just cut it down to a 1/2 inch, and then however tall it was going to be, I think it was 4 inches tall. And then I cut a piece of 3x4 poster board and just made a little flip out like that. So that little mark that I just made there, if you're matting your paper to fit on one of the pages, that's fine. You don't have to do this, but I had to cover the whole page because it was that brown like cardboard, and I didn't want it to get in the way of the hinge of that little 3x4, so I just cut the slightest bit off where that hinge is. Because I'm not matting the paper, I'm actually covering the whole piece. So I just had to cut the slightest bit off to give that hinge room to bend. That was all I was doing. And if you have to cover the whole page like this because it's like a piece of cardboard or something, then if you have any kind of hinge, make sure that you don't obstruct your hinge with paper, because it won't allow you to fold it in and out like that. Okay, so I'm going to attempt at recording this, but I'm just going to let you know that all the dogs in the neighborhood are barking. It's early morning, and so my dogs are participating too. So, all right. So we are at the point where all of our pages are done. See, she's dying to go outside and get in on the barking. Okay, so we are at the point where all of our pages are done, and it is time to start putting this thing together. And then we get to decorate it. That's my favorite part of the whole anything. Anytime I do a project, decorating is my favorite part. So there's still some spots I need to lay some frames into, but that's fine. We'll do it as we go. So my base, the base of my book is right here. I've actually been thinking about this because this has taken me a few days to do. This is quite an extensive project. Don't go into this thinking this is going to be like a one and done day. This is a really extensive project, at least it is for me. If you can do projects really quick, then maybe you can get it done quick, but not me. That's not how I roll. Okay, so here we go. I wanted this to be in the back. So this is the base of the book. I have my binding system here. Okay, listen, further on in the video, I'm going to explain that you're going to use double-sided tape, so don't glue these down yet. Skip further in the video real quick to 1 hour and 5 minutes. and you'll see you're going to put double-sided sticky tape on these before you glue them down. Please go to 1 hour and 5 minutes in this video. I've been using this wet glue the whole time because it's, you know, Dollar Tree friendly, and I think that people are, I don't want to say intimidated by the paper tape, but paper tape can get expensive. It really can. And so I don't think that people want to get into the cost of paper tape because it really can be expensive. And that's why I tend to use wet glue, because I personally don't want to get into the expensive paper tape all the time unless I'm doing something that, again, I'm selling. I use expensive products when I'm selling things because, you know, you don't want things to break down on your customers. But when I'm doing projects for myself or projects for YouTube, then I will go ahead and use wet glue. I feel like it works just as well, especially Aleene's Tacky Glue. This is sturdy. This is not going anywhere. Nothing is lifting up. Do you see this? This is not lifting at all. Nothing's lifting. So I don't want you to get the wrong idea. This is not junk by any means. I just, I prefer the paper tape sometimes because do you see how wrinkly this is? Do you see that? I would have never used this if I was selling this product. I would have never used that. That's why. But since we're making do, we're going to go ahead and figure out a way to fix this. I will tell you that's point number 2. I have spent a lot of time fixing my mistakes on this project, and that's because I'm using all Dollar Tree things as makeshift. Like, this is not cardstock, guys. This is a box. But I'm using it as makeshift cardstock. And so sometimes when I'm going to use some of these products, they're not working the way that I want them to, and so I have to fix my mistakes. And I hope that I explain that as we go through the project, or as we went through the project together. I hope that I've helped you. If I've made a mistake, I hope that I've helped you by giving you my tip on the mistake that I made. Okay, so let's get the binding system put in. So this is the biggest piece. This is the one that measures 9 by 2 1/4. And then the next one measures 9 by 1 3/4. And then the one on the inside measures 9 by 1 1/4. Okay, so we're stacking them. That's what they're actually, I think this binding system is called Stack the Deck. If you look it up on YouTube. This binding system, I believe, is called Stack the Deck, and that's why it's called that, because you stack them inside of each other, and that's your pages. So I'm going to start with, of course, the biggest one, and I want it to sit right in the middle of my spine here. And I mentioned earlier my spine is way too big for this, but we're going to go ahead and go with it anyway, just because, whatever. You want it to be centered. And you also want it to be centered up and down also. You don't want your pages to be wonky. So let me get this centered on my grid here, and that way I have lines to look at. Okay, that looks great actually. Just like that. Okay. So I'll go in with my wet glue. I ran out of the Aleene's Tacky Glue. I'm just going to use what I have because I don't want to run up to the store and get another Aleene's Tacky Glue. So I'm just going to use what I have here. And it just happens to be, it says art glitter glue, but it's actually reptile glue. Ah! And it's coming out the side. I didn't have the tip on all the way. How in the world did that happen? It's coming out the side again. Oh, well, we're not going to sit here and figure that out, that's for sure. That's for golly sure. just gonna lay this down. All right, like that. And then really get it stuck down there with your bone folder. Really get it on there, because you do not want your pages lifting up. Once you get your pages in here, you don't want them coming up. So you really want this binding system really well in place. Make sure you have a clean glue line. You don't want your binding system to get stuck down either, because these pages need to be able to move freely. Okay, now we are putting next one in. This one sits right inside of that one. Same thing. Far over. There we go. Whew. Yeah. It was too far over on one side. You want to make sure you get it right in the center there. You want to come in now? Go ahead. Go inside. Leave your sister alone, please. All right, now we got our last one here, and this is going to sit, you got it, in the center of that one. Here we go. There we go. All right, our binding system is in. It's in, it's in. You want to make sure you have enough glue, but you want to make sure also that your pages don't get glued down. So, All right, I am very happy with that. I'm gonna leave that like that, and let's find page number uno. Okay, so here's where things might get a little controversial for you. Double-sided tape. I'm going to use this on the binding system because I don't really know how to use it. I don't know how to put the binding system together without it. With the binding system like this, you have to have that quick hold, that quick grab. And the Aleene's Tacky Glue does not allow that. It doesn't allow for that quick automatic grab. All right, so let's get into this and I'll show you how to do this. Oh, you know what? I should have put this on before I even glued them in there. Don't take advice from me. I'm not a real crafter. I just play one on YouTube. That was funny, wasn't it? All right. So what you want to do is you want to take your double-sided tape and you want to put it on the very top, not all the way down here, but on the very top of your binding system. Each little individual one of these thingies. Okay? Front and back of each of these. See what I'm doing? It would have been much easier if you would have done this before you glued them into the book. So, note to self, do this before you glue them into the book, please. See? See how I'm gluing it right here? Don't glue it all the way back here, glue it on the top, because that's where you want your pages to stick. You don't want them to stick way back here, you want them to stick on the top, because if you get them to stick back here, you're going to have a problem turning the pages. It's going to be all wonky. Just trust me. Put the tape up at the very top here. I really haven't used this tape. Is this tape any good? I really have no idea. Somebody let me know. And the other thing I like to do is go in and miter these. Again, should have done it before I put them in the book. Silly me. Just miter these. Can't freaking do it now. Should have done it before I put it in the book. Miter the edges, because that way you're not trying to cram it in there and it's not fitting. So that way you have a nice, clean fit. Just like that. See that? Do you see how it's been put together? See, it's a page in a book. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little tip here. All right, where's my razor? Here's an X-Acto knife. I like to use an X-Acto knife. Here's how I put my books in. All right, you got your opening here, right? Okay. I like to take this one off just a little bit. See it? And then I'll go like this, let it hang. All right. And then I want you to position wherever you want this to be. So I said I don't want it down too far. I want it up a little bit. You want to make sure it's in the center of the book and then press. Okay? So I just locked it into place a little bit with just that little bit of tape right there. Now I'm going to make sure that I hold this end level, because then I'm just pulling off this tape, okay, making sure everything's still straight, and then just go in and seal it down, okay. So this side is sealed. All right. Make sure it's okay, it's in the book properly. Yes. Looks good from the front, from the sides, yep. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna take this off. Okay. Get a real nice adhesion there. You have your first page of your mini album in. First page done. Let's move on to the second page. So the first thing we want to do, miter that edge right there. Miter that edge. Mitered edge. What do we want to put in second? Let's see. We could do this one that goes like this. This one sits on there like that. We could have that be the second page, yeah? You want, oh. This goes like this. Oh, that goes like that, and then this goes like that. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's do that one. All right, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna take this, we're gonna peel off just a little bit, bend it down. Take this. Oh man, I didn't go far enough down. It's gonna stick right there. Okay. I didn't push it down far enough. Darn it. I wonder if I have the ability to pick it back up. Probably not. No. I'm not gonna try. All right, I didn't push it down far enough. See down, see right here? That's my fault. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. Stay away from her rear end. Okay, still a little sticky right there, but what are you gonna do about it, you know? This gets glued on like this. Oh, that's cool. I can just glue that on a little bit over. We'll do that. Well, no, we'll glue it right there. glue it where it needs to be glued. So I'm just going to continue putting in the rest of the pages the same exact way I showed you with the first 2 pages. You just peel the tape back just a little bit. You decide where you want the page to sit on the binding system, and then that's when you push it into the part that's peeled back, and then when you get it right where you want it, you can peel the rest of the tape back and adhere it all the way down. If you have any questions about this, please let me know and I'll try to answer as best I can. Okay, we're gonna do one flip through and then I'm gonna clean off my desk. I'm gonna get all of the scraps that we have left over. I'm gonna throw away all the trash. I'm gonna get all of our embellishments and we're gonna embellish this book and she's gonna be done, finally. So here's the flip through of our book. Here she is from the top, very beautiful. Everything is in here beautifully. Nothing sticks out the sides. It all measures up. Everything's gorgeous. I love the glitter. We're gonna embellish the front and the spine and it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. Not that it's not beautiful now. Okay, so we flip it open. I plan on putting something, my dogs are being ridiculous. I plan on putting something here. Right here is our first page. Page number 2, got a pocket. Page number 3, we have a flip out and a pocket. Ooh, it's sealed. There we go. Okay, good, good. I unsealed it. Okay. We just have a beautiful matted page here. Page 4, page 5, we're going to decorate. It's got a pocket. Page 6, we have 2 flip outs. And then plenty of room right here. Page 7, we need to decorate. But you have a pocket up here that you can put things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Page 8. You get to flip all the way out because you have tons of room for writing or putting pictures, putting memorabilia, whatever you want to put there. Page 9. You've got a flip down. And you've got 3x4s here. A belly band here. We're going to put some tags in here. When we go to embellish, we're going to have lots of tags going on in here. Got a little pocket going on up here, and you've got a flap here that maybe we'll attach. And then here we have 2 pockets. We've got these journaling cards that go in them. We need to decorate these journaling cards. Right now they're just outlined with some pink, just some pink paint that I made look like edging. Okay, so those go in there. We're going to decorate those. Here we have a pocket. Put some goodies in. We're going to decorate that up. And then the last page is our gatefold. We're going to go ahead and mat this, decorate these pages, and then we'll do something on the back here. But holy cow, what in the world? This is Dollar Tree. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. Can you imagine giving this to somebody? This is a memory album. And they would never guess it would be Dollar Tree. These pages are thick. This is a sturdy little album. This is sturdy. The dogs are gonna bark. Yeah, that's how sturdy it is though. Look. Look at how thick it is. Look at how thick these pages are. It's sturdy. It's not bending, it's not breaking. The only thing I don't like is right here. I might go in and either paint or put a strip of paper. I don't know because I don't want it to obstruct the fold. I might just leave it alone. It kind of bothers me peeking through there. I don't know. I might just leave it alone. But she's a beauty, isn't she?
Since I had the sequence, I knew I wanted to make some kind of shaker element to the cover of this. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to make it because I didn't have any really thick cardstock. I didn't have any pop dots. I didn't have any of that to work with. So I thought what I would do is I would make 2 squares out of this back of the stickers, and then I would cut one of them out to reveal a window, and then I would use that plastic that the stickers came in, and I would just glue it to the frame and put some of the sequins in. It did turn out really cute, but I will say I needed tons more sequins in it, because right now the book is sitting behind me and you can barely see any of the sequins because I didn't use barely any sequins at all in it. So that's one thing I would change, is use a lot more sequins than I am going to use. Just put a ton of sequins in there. But other than that, it turned out pretty cute. And I really do like the idea of using like a shaker element on the front of albums. I think that adds like a special little touch to it. Since this video is so long, I did not want to do a full tutorial on how I made this shaker square. So if you want a full tutorial on how I made it, I'd be more than happy to show you. Just let me know down in the description box below, and I will make another video showing you how to do it. I just did not want to add any more time onto this video at all because it is so super long as it is.
I'm going in with some of the handles from the bags and also some of the yarn that I bought, and I'm making a closure.
I'm just making a little button enclosure out of paper here. I take a small little circle. I draw the same size little circle 4 times, and then I cut it out. And then I'm just taking a strip of paper and I'm bending it so I get, a lift. And then I'll go ahead and glue the 4 pieces, the 4 circles together to get like a paper button. And then I'll glue it on that little square lift, and that way you can wind string around the flap of the envelope and the envelope to make a little tie. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. And then I do it again. I'll cut out 4 more circles to create another little button and glue that onto the actual envelope. Okay, guys, I have to stop the video here. It's an hour and 52 minutes long. I am so sorry that I made this one so incredibly long, but I was really trying to get the whole video done, and it's just not going to happen in this video. So I'm going to bring you to the very end of embellishing, and so for the next video, I will just take you on a walkthrough of this beautiful journal. It's completely done. It's completely embellished. I am in love with it. I'm keeping it for myself. I'm going to fill it in, and I'm probably going to use it for junk journaling videos. And I just absolutely love this journal. I really hope that you guys are inspired. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to inspire you guys to think outside of the box and think literally outside of the box. I use shoe boxes for this mini album. So don't think that you have to run to the craft stores and pick up expensive materials to do these beautiful crafts that you see on YouTube and Pinterest and all these other places. Think outside of the box. Think outside of the norm for things that you see around the Dollar Generals, around your flea markets, around your thrift stores. Sometimes you can find like a whole bunch of thank you cards or something like that in a Ziploc bag at the thrift store. Pick them up. You can make a mini album out of cards and envelopes. I've seen those. So just use your creativity. That's all I think that I wanted you to get out of this video, was just use your creativity, see what you can make. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video where we get to walk through this beautiful album. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any videos from Chaotic Mom. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.